welcome to another electrifying episode of Mind Over Matter, your go to destination for all things vibrant and inspiring. I'm your host, Kayla, and in today's episode, we had the privilege to be joined by the dynamic DJ Simmy as we discussed her endeavors when it comes to the music industry as well as entrepreneurship. And before we start this video, I would like to give my gratitude and thanks to DJ Simmy and say thank you so much for allowing for me to interview you. I truly appreciated it, and I wish you nothing but success. And to our audience, we ask that if you like this video, please comment and subscribe, like and share if you care. And let's get into the video, shall we? Okay. For starters, I just want to say that your journey has a unique blend between music and entrepreneurship. And so, could you start by just sharing a bit about yourself and how your journey began with music and DJing?
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me. Like, I really appreciate even the write up on Instagram. Like, I really appreciate just things like that, seeing it just randomly through, like, in my day and not expecting it. I was like, yeah, I have to definitely, talk to her. But as far as my journey, so it all started, I was in college and I was always like a music lover. Like, I always played like the piano, I always did things like that. Like, my parents had me at church. Like, my dad is a choir director. So it's like I always was, around music. So in college, I started just listening to music more. And that was like the era where like Playboy Cardi was coming up, Trippy Red, Lucky. Like those are like my favorite artists now. So I just felt so inspired. And I was like a dining hall worker. Like I was like the college dining hall burger girl. So I met one of the cooks there, and he was like, I make beats for Famous Dex, I make beats for so and so. I was like, okay, like, how can I do that? And he added like the beat program to my computer, like really the next day. And I went home and just started creating beats. And I thought that was like super cool. And then skip to years later, I was like, okay, I need to make some money off this. Because I wasn't making money from my beats yet. I didn't really know how. So I was like, why don't I just start DJing? I mean, I like music. So an opportunity came up where I can have a mentor, and we did like weddings at my school. I mean, not at my school, but like in the town. So we did like weddings and things like that, which was super cool to see. And I was like, maybe I could see myself being a DJ because all of the receptions were turned. So I'm like, okay, maybe I am a good DJ. I can actually do this. So when I graduated, I came to Chicago, and I just started DJing. Like, and it was more than what I expected. I thought I was just gonna be just DJ here and there, and then I just started getting booked for more and more bigger things, and it took off from there. So I was actually shocked. I didn't really have a plan to be like a big DJ or anything like that. I just wanted to just DJ for money. So
I mean, time, that's how it starts. So that's okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been a long, long, long journey since then. I started DJing, I would say 7 years ago. So yeah, it's been a lot, but that's basically where everything started in my career. So
Okay, okay. And in a recent blog post, like we kind of discussed on like my blog how like timing, the power of timing in your career. Can you
mhm.
kind of elaborate on the challenges you faced like starting your DJing and music production journey in your late college years?
Mhm. Well, I always say this, sometimes I wish I started earlier because you always look at people that are younger and they're so just up there already, and they're like not even 20 yet. And sometimes I do wish I did start early, but I like when people ask me about advice with timing because I just wouldn't have the knowledge I have now if I didn't start when I did and go through everything I've been through. So, for example, like I started my senior year of college DJing, And I wish I started when I was a freshman because I'm like, I would have probably been, just the best DJ in the world. Like, I
Right.
always think like that. But when I started senior year, I came here and I just, I was still just new at it. So I got to learn from different DJs in the city. I got to, gain just mentors that I never thought I would gain because I was new and I didn't really know what I was doing. And then like even with COVID, it was just such a big thing. Um when I came back, it was a year and then COVID hit. So it was just like, okay, I had a lot of like gigs that I thought were cool that were people already know this. Like I'm a huge Doja Cat fan. So like I was
Yeah.
supposed to open up for Doja Cat. I always tell everybody this because it makes me so
How
mad.
was that? How was
I
that?
didn't. I didn't get to open up for her
Oh,
because of COVID.
okay. Okay.
I was supposed to open up for Gucci, didn't because of COVID. And those are like, I love Gucci, I love Doja. So I was so upset during COVID about like all of that. But then I realized, like, even like a few days ago, I was just thinking, I don't know how I would have done if I would have gone up there and DJ'd and opened for Doja. And I didn't have all the experience yet. I didn't know
Right.
about stage presence. I didn't know about, connecting with the crowd and just being like the energy you need to be on a big stage like that. So I probably would have been just like super chill DJing instead of like really being turned. So I'm like, I'm glad that certain things have happened so that now I can see, the type of person and the type of DJ I need to be. Like even business wise, my connections with people, talking, networking, like you have to kind of know how to do that. You can't just go into it. Like you have to know how to like move around in the industry. So I'm kind of glad that things happened the way it did. If that answers the question.
No, that does. That does.
Okay.
I can definitely say about like what you said about timing. Like I don't know. I'm double majoring, so I kind of one day woke up and I was like, I'm good at writing, but I don't know. Like, will people be interested in what I'm writing about? However,
Hmm.
I was like, let me start a blog, and so like I like right after my 20th birthday, I was like, I'm just gonna start a blog. I don't know how to, but I'm just gonna do it and let's see how it goes with that. And like 2 days after my birthday, I was like, I just started the blog and all of that. And ever since then, it's been going pretty good. It really has. It's been surprising how, a lot of people have been interested in what I'm writing about because
Hmm.
I've I've wrote about you. I've wrote about like this popular um upcoming singer named Four Bats who has like this popular.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
love for that.
he saw it, and I just was like, "Oh my gosh." He saw it and he reposted it. That
When did
surprised.
you do that?
Huh?
When did you do that?
I did that like right before, or I think it was like 2 days after New Year's. Like I did that. I was
Wow.
like, "Oh my gosh, he saw it." Then I got
That's
the chance
good.
to write an article about Sally Sosa, and she saw it, and Libra Jolie, and she saw it. It was just really
Yes, yes.
surprising how, like, okay, because I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought like, no one's gonna look at my stuff. I'm not that big like that, so no.
No.
But no, so that just let me know, okay, okay, I could do this.
You can. And you know what? We just need more people that really care. Like the fact that you found me and we connected and now we're doing an email. Now we're doing an interview. It's it's just like you're in tune. Like you know what people want to hear, what people want to, folk, you just know. Especially the people you name, Forbes, Libra Jolie, those are people that people like the world doesn't really know yet. They're starting to know Forbes, but he's still up and coming. So we just need people in this industry that focus on people that are up and coming and not the people that are
Right.
already on so much, you know?
Right. And
Yeah.
that's really why I kind of started my blog, because I was kind of like, okay, you have these big kind of like corporate like little blogs or website, and they really
Mhm.
focus on the artists once they really go viral or go big
Mhm.
like that. But
Mhm.
you're not really paying attention to them before that, and you really should,
Yeah.
because that goes to show like you really are in tune with what listeners want to know, and you getting put on to the music before it's even big,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
that's how you get to make connections with them, because I feel like as an artist would most likely respect you more with you finding out their music and you wanting to be interested in them before they even have a hit.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
that's
Yes, you should
really
definitely, yeah, you should definitely continue and see how far it goes. Next week you can get the biggest interview of your whole career and that's it. Like you're done, like you're gone and somebody else wants to have you and you'll have collaborations. So, and you're a woman. Like I love everything about this. So, just keep going. Like I love it.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I love it.
So you've had some incredible experiences, such as performing at the Summer Smash Festival,
Mhm.
working with renowned artists. Can you share a particularly memorable moment or
Yeah.
event that stands out to you?
Yeah. I think last year was like my biggest year. Um Especially after the Pound Town mix on TikTok. That was like the biggest thing that's ever happened. And it just I think that kind of just helped my whole year just go up. So I want to say like that experience for sure, even though it's not like I was, directly, but I did, get recognition with from Sexy Red, and it was a nice thing. And then I know like Halle, the Little Mermaid,
Hmm.
he made a video to it, and DDG made a video to it. Like it was so many people that were in tune with that, and all across the whole like world. So I think that was like the biggest moment for me. But besides that, I did a show with Fixture Drive. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it's a big media outlet in Chicago. And I worked with them in House of Vans, and we did a show with Sauce Walker, Tisa Korean, and
Oh,
Fendi. The Point Me to the Sluts, that girl. So I got to do the whole show, and I think that was the biggest crowd I've ever DJ for without another DJ on the roster. I was the only DJ. So I had to keep the crowd going in between each act. And that showed me like, okay, I can actually do this. Like, this is good. This is
was you nervous?
yes. I was so nervous in between each, like when like the artist would go on, I'll go to the back and I would just be sweating so bad and just like, okay, you gotta go back on. So just, you know, knock it out. And I ended up meeting Tisa, Sauce Walker, and now like they know like when they come to Chicago, I'm the DJ here. So like a few weeks later, I did after party for Conway. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him. Conway the Machine. He's a artist signed to Griselda, and Sauce Walker came there too. So it's like I get to like just meet super cool artists that I've always listened to. I think those were like the highlights for me, like doing shows last year. It was super cool to do that. So yeah.
Okay, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So beyond music, you ventured into entrepreneurship
Mhm.
with the Semi Shades and
Mhm.
Juice Room. What
Mhm.
motivated you to explore these diverse ventures, and how do they complement your journey in the music industry?
Okay, so I hate to break this news because I haven't really told everyone, but I've actually closed Semi Shades.
Okay.
I've closed it and I stopped Juice Room for a minute. But that's recent. I was working on it all last year. And the only reason why I decided to stop with it right now is because I really want to focus on Semi. I want to focus on semi because I didn't really have a lot of help doing those things. And you can spend a lot of money with a lot of businesses when it's just you. So I put it on pause. It's not done though. It's just on pause.
Okay.
Um, but I started semi shades because I always was obsessed with sunglasses. And like I would always come in the room with sunglasses on. I didn't care like if it was what time of day it was, like in the club, sunglasses. And so I was like, maybe I should sell some. So I just went to the drawing board and I got some friends to do like a shoot and I started selling them. And I have so many downstairs in my house that I need to get rid of. But that's how Semi Shades started. And I still have a passion for it and I want to bring it back. But when I bring it back, I want it to be like a luxury brand. I don't want it to just be like, okay, I'm selling sunglasses out of my house. Like I want to have
Right.
an office or like a studio where I can actually have my inventory and have people to help. And then Juice Room, I started that a few years ago. Just being a music lover, I always wanted to post music. I always find cool, just songs off SoundCloud or like edits, and I would put them on my story. And I'm like, okay, a lot of people that follow me probably don't want to see all of this. So I was like, how about I have a page, where I post like music. And then I started interviewing artists in the city. I went to Atlanta, interviewed Red Cold Hearted, Suave Guala. We were like actually starting to travel. We did New Orleans with 504 Icy Girls. So we were traveling. And Juice Room was actually starting to become a thing. Like we did a show with DJs here in Chicago. And it was just, I just want to put people on. Like that's my main thing. I always find music that a lot of people don't. They don't know the artist or they've never heard it. So I'm like, that was the point of Juice Room. So I only put Juice Room on pause just because of needing more assistance with it. But I definitely plan to bring it back next year. I'm like, this is the year just for me to be a little selfish, but I'm gonna bring it back next year. And just balancing those two at the time, it just took a lot of
It
this.
seems time consuming.
Yeah,
It really do. So
it
I
was discipline for sure. Like I could not sleep in. I couldn't go to sleep early. Like I would have a Juice Room day. I would have a Semi Shades day. I would have a TikTok day. I would have a producer day. And I was just like, okay, like I don't want to just keep getting gray hair. So
right.
I
No.
had to just make that decision to stop the other two just for now. And yeah. So I'm sorry to break that news. I'm like, I have to tell everybody today that I stopped Simi Shakes.
It's okay. It's
Yeah.
we I'm pretty sure they will understand. They
Yeah.
have to expect it. You doing it to worry about yourself creatively,
Mhm.
just emotionally.
Yeah.
So that's understandable.
Yeah.
Fearlessness and discipline has been a key to your success. Can you share specific instances where these qualities played a pivotal role in your career? And what advice do you have for aspiring creatives looking to cultivate similar traits?
Hmm. What even I just mentioned, just when I had all of those things going on, when you're creative, when you're a creative, I don't think there's a creative that's focused on one thing. Like you said, you're a double major. Like we have so many interests, and it's hard to sometimes sit down and write everything out. So the thing that I've done now, when it comes to discipline and being fearless, is I write my goals down because there was a time last year was a good year, but there was a time last year when I fell in a dark place because it was so much going on. I didn't have any organization. I was so scared to do things. Like I was just so negative to myself about everything. I was like, how do I know I'm going to be able, and this was right before downtown and everything. Like this was right before it. I was just like, I don't know if I have just the capability to do half the things, to go on stage or to play a set. I don't know if I'm as good as this DJ. Like I was just so all over the place. So that's why I always use those two words. I always do. But when I started writing my goals down and I started writing down things that I know I can do, but I downplay them. Like I don't know if I can close at a club because everyone always used to have me open at a club, and I'm like, I want to be like the closer. I want to, like, I started writing it down. Like the next part of 2023, I am going to. I wrote it down, and then when I wrote it down, it actually became a plan. It's like I have no choice now but to do these things because this is what I promised myself. And then another thing was scheduling. I started just taking things off my plate that I feel like didn't serve me. So either that's, sometimes you can't go out with your friends. Sometimes you can't do the things that you want to do because you have goals right now. You have things that you have to accomplish. So it's a lot of, you know, little
No.
situations where yeah, it was a lot of situations where I had to lose a friend. Like I had to kind of, focus and be selfish for a second. So those are my two things. Like as far as advice, write down your goals. Don't just go throughout the day just doing whatever. Like if you really have a goal, I would write it down and just read it every day and then take steps every day to reach it and don't overdo it. Like just take little steps. Like my biggest thing right now is like producing. Like I really want to become like a bigger producer this year. So I'll make like one beat and not be as creative anymore. And I'm just like, at least you made one. Like congratulate yourself. Don't let yourself get in a dark place where you're like, okay, it's just too much going on. Just like attack things, day by day. And they're gonna be accomplished. Like they will. And stay on a schedule. That's that
Yeah,
too.
that
Don't let
that
people
is
call you.
that is
Don't
so
let people call you and be like talking to you for 2 hours. That's another thing. I have a lot of people that call me and like I have to put my phone on do not disturb. Like I have things I need to finish today. And then we could talk when everything is done. Put yourself first.
I
You
feel
have
so wrong. That's how I'm not gonna lie. If I get on the phone with my best friend, we're probably gonna talk for 2 hours.
Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
don't know. I don't know. But I mean, that's I feel like that's not you being selfish. That's just you're very goal oriented and you're
Mhm.
ambitious. And so
Mhm.
you know what you want, and sometimes you have to make time for yourself to
Yeah.
get what you are trying to do done. You know where you know what you want, and you know where you see yourself going.
Mhm.
So I wouldn't consider that selfish, but I understand probably why you probably
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you're so used to giving people your time. They're
right.
like, "Oh, what
Right.
happened? Who is this
Right.
person?"
No,
Like,
really, I don't know. I think it was my senior year in high school. That's when I just kind of was like, you know what? I kind of need to stop being a people pleaser. And so
yep.
I like, you have to really make time for yourself and stop kind of sometimes worrying about making others happy and start kind of worrying about yourself.
Yes.
You worry about other people's happiness, you're just gonna be lost in the sauce for real. Like,
Yep. Yep. That's another thing. Fearless, that was the main thing. I spent probably my whole life being a person that I had to be because everybody else was so used to me being that person. And when I became vocal, they were like, "Who is this?" Like, and that's when things started to elevate. When I started to speak my mind, when I just showed that I was just confident and didn't care about what people thought. Like, that's like the main thing with being fearless. Like, do not care what people think. Speak your mind. If you don't like something, let them know.
say it. That's okay. At least
Mhm.
you're being honest. That's all that
Mhm.
matters. You're
Yep.
being honest.
Yep. I would definitely say that's the main thing. Just confidence. Don't ever talk down on yourself. You are the best person in the world, okay? That's how you have to think every day. Like, you love yourself first, and that's just how you have to do things, especially in this industry and as a creative. Don't let anybody tell you anything. You have to take criticism sometimes, but
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, have that confidence because that's when people pick you out of the crowd. Like, okay, she knows what she's doing and she's confident about her. So let me see what's to her, you know? So yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So, building a strong social media presence is crucial in today's digital age. Can you
Hmm.
share strategies you've employed to maintain consistency effectively and also engaging your audience?
Yeah. Okay, well, one thing I do, never compare yourself to others, but I do have people that I do look at on Instagram or TikTok, and I'm like, okay, I really like their content. So, like, the first thing I do is write down the person. Like, I'm like, motivation, this person, or what they've done, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so now I know, like, like how I kind of want to shape my brand because I have, inspiration. You just need inspiration. But the main thing is keeping a schedule, and it's so bad because social media is just supposed to be, however you feel, whatever you want to do. But there is really no like strategy that you can have if you don't have like, a schedule to post in. So like I know that I don't want to just be a DJ. I know I want to like, post a few pictures looking cute, or then I got my DJ videos. So like I would just write everything I want to do, and then I plan it at the beginning of the month. Like I'm super serious about my posting, especially TikTok. I like plan all that out. None of that is let me just sit down and start DJing. Everything is planned down to like the pictures. So I would just say figure out what strategy works best for you. It doesn't have to be too rigorous. Like, no, just whatever works for you, even if it's like 1 week out of the month, like, okay, I want to post for this week and then just leave social media alone. Like, I just had just a schedule of things. So, like, I'll try to do 2 photo shoots a month and then do like my TikToks and then, just figuring out what works best for you.
Okay, okay. I definitely can understand that
Yeah.
because because I'm starting school back, like
Mhm.
I've narrowed it down where okay, I'm gonna have to maybe do an interview maybe once a week, most likely on the weekends because I'm not available on the weekdays, and try to at least write maybe 3 articles about 3 people out that week. And that's
Yes.
really what I can do because, you know, school's getting hard, man.
Yeah.
It's getting hard.
Yeah. School. I could not do all like what you're doing, like I couldn't do in school because school was just so much for me. I was just like, I was always just panicking about something. So the fact that you're even doing you're a double major, you're doing your thing for real. Like for real. I would say for you, like even like I said, just like planning it out. And I hate to keep saying plan, but that's really what all of this is. Like if you don't plan anything, I feel like it's hard to accomplish it because you're not gonna get things done the way you should in that order. So
No, you're right. You have to kind of
yeah.
that's why like prior to me coming to college, I never was into planners. I was like, I'm not planning nothing. I'm just, I'll set a
Hmm.
reminder maybe, but I'm not
Hmm.
nothing. But once I got into college, I was like, I got to get me a planner and I got to
Yeah.
get a schedule where like I know
Yep.
what I need to do like these days because if I don't, I will probably miss a class or two. So I
Yep.
have to get it in order to know what class I have to go to, what building it's in, things like that. So
Hmm.
no, I definitely understand that.
Yeah. Another thing too is being yourself on social media. Because if you're not yourself, no one's gonna relate to you, like, because
Right.
you're not being yourself. So, like, I just try to I don't I don't wanna keep saying, like, I harshly plan, but I'm like, "Okay, I wanna do a photo shoot," and I don't plan the exact, like, everything. I'm just like, "I wanna be cute that day and take a picture." So, you still have to, like, be yourself. Don't be like, "Okay, I wanna look like this. I wanna do this. I wanna look like this type of body shape. I wanna" like, no. You have to literally just be authentic in what you post and post what you feel. Don't post because everybody else is posting certain type of stuff. Like that's one thing I had to learn too. So yeah.
You touched upon the challenges faced by creatives and the importance of support from non-creative individuals. What message do you have for those outside the creative realm and how they can better support their creative friends and family members?
Mm, mm. I was honestly, I hate to go this route, but even like asking about what they're doing and how their creative world is right now is even a big help. Like sometimes I've had times where I worked on stuff for like 2 weeks, like a show, or I'll be working on like just a bit something big coming up, and no one even asks, like, "Are you okay?" It starts there. Like, just act, like, check on your creative friends, just see if they're okay, because we go through a lot mentally, especially when we have to handle the world and then we have to go into our creative bubble. Sometimes we're not as creative. So, like, just checking on them is the first step. But I don't try to get too hung up on people like posting me, like my friends posting me or things like that, because they're not always gonna be there. Like you need people that actually like know what's going on to post, like, repost. You don't have to always count on your friends to do that. You know what I'm saying? My biggest thing I would say is just check on your creative friends. Like, how's your project going? Or can I hear something? Just show that you're supporting them without posting them. Like, I mean, of course you could post them, but you know what I'm saying? Like, be just there for them sometimes without, being overdoing it, So
No, you're right.
I'll
I
say.
feel like I just saw a TikTok where this one content creator, she was like, you know, yeah, you can always like post about something about your friend making this,
Mhm.
but what you really should do, just kind of like, rather than you just posting about it, hey, go look at the video and critique it. Maybe leave a comment where,
Yep.
okay, this is good. I like this, like it's things you can do other than just the
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah. Show that you're paying
Yeah,
attention at least.
yeah, because I mean, we do want to hear from y'all too. Like, we, from a creative perspective, I don't know. I'm always like criticizing something when it comes to maybe something I don't like that I maybe see, but everyone else ain't seeing when it comes to what I do. So,
Mhm.
like, my loved ones and my friends as well, like, their opinions matter to me when it comes to,
Oh,
oh, this does
yeah.
this look right? Okay, okay,
Oh,
like,
yes. Yes,
yeah.
I can agree, and it feels so good. Like, I feel like everybody always sees me on TikTok, not really Instagram. Like, there'll be random people that have TikToks. I don't know, and they're like, "Oh, I see your TikTok. You're doing so well," and it just makes me feel good because we do work hard, and it's a lot of things that people don't see just behind the scenes. Like, so many things could be going wrong, and just to hear one compliment, like, "That was nice," or just knowing people watched it, it's like it makes me want to keep going. So.
No, yeah, that's like, I found you on TikTok. You were on my For
Mhm.
You page when you had did the remix to Doja Cat song "A
Oh,
Guardian."
Girl Heels.
Yes, when I heard that, I was
Oh.
like, wait, this is good. And I'm like, it's
Aw.
a female DJ, because I don't know, I've never really seen any female DJs really. So I was like, oh wow, I gotta, let me save this and I'm gonna write an
Oh,
article about
yay. Girl, I might do some TikToks after this, okay? So let me see what I can cook up today.
it. Okay. And juggling multiple aspects from your career and when it comes to music and entrepreneurship, how do you manage balancing just everything
All of
in general?
that.
And what tips do you have for those aspiring to pursue multiple passions?
Hmm. I would say, first of all, pick a day out of the week where you do nothing. That's the first thing. I get massages every other week. Like, I do not play about self-care. Like, I will go massage, like, get your nails done, like, do something for yourself, even if it's just laying in the bed and watching TV, or just I try to have a day where it's like nothing music related, nothing business related. Have a self-care day. That's one, because if you don't, you're gonna go crazy. But balancing both, it just takes it just takes like I know I said planning, but it really does take that. It takes scheduling your time out. Like I said, I would have like a semi shades day, a juice room day. And now that I don't have that, I still have to like work with my beats, and I'm selling my beats again. So like that's entrepreneurship. So I'll have a week where I just focus on beats, and then I'll have a week where I'm like, okay, let me try to see what I can do with TikTok. Like I just don't mix things up in a day. Like don't do that unless it's like really a pressing issue or something. Like water your businesses, water your whatever you're working on, and focus on that for a long period of time. Don't keep switching it around, because that's when you lose your passion, because you're focusing on basically like it's kind of like you're focusing on the future instead of focusing on the present. Like keep your talents and everything that you have, or passion, keep your passion sacred. So that's one thing I do. So because sometimes I'm like, ugh, DJing, I'm so mad because I got to do a video today, and if I don't feel like doing it, I'm like, you know what, I don't feel like doing it today, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Like be real with yourself, be honest with yourself, and focus on what you want to when you want to do it. That's what I would say. I don't know if that's good advice necessarily, but it helps. Like, don't overdo yourself. Yeah.
Okay, and okay, this is my personal own question, but if I'm not mistaken, you got to DJ for Jocelyn Hernandez, right?
Yes. I didn't
How was
DJ
that?
for
How was
her.
that?
I didn't DJ for her, but I did because they were doing the tour, and they had Ballistic. Ballistic is the DJ for their tour. But they
Okay.
have like after, it's like an after party, and like I DJ'd like the after thing, and it was so fun. Jocelyn did not stay. I was so sad. But I got to like meet the other girls, and everybody was so turned. Like I love Jocelyn's Cabaret, okay?
Yeah, that's why okay, I watched that like faithfully, which I've been a fan of Jocelyn since like Love and Hip Hop, and I was like
Yes.
watching it, so that that shows a lot. That's why I was like, wait, if I'm not mistaken, I saw you had like put a promo thing about it up, so that's why I was like,
Mhm.
wait, I need to let me talk to her about that.
Yes, it was so fun. Like, and then the girls, they were even fun, and it's just good to meet them. Cause you're a female DJ, like being a female DJ, they're like, oh, like it's still a thing for people in Chicago. We have so many female DJs, but when I did that, they were like, oh, it's a female DJ. Like, okay, like, and it just
Yeah, that's
feel
why it
good.
surprised me. It surprised me. So
Yeah, that makes me feel good because I'm like, I just thought that like it's a whole. When I went to New York, I didn't even hear like every set was a female DJ, and I went out like 4 times. So I'm like, we're coming. So just beware. We're
right.
coming. We're taking over. Yeah, it was fun though.
Okay. And as we conclude, what final words of wisdom do you have for our viewers as well as your fans who may be embarking on their creative journey?
Ooh, the main thing I've been telling myself all year already: focus on the present. Do not worry about where you're going to be at in July or at the end of the year, because everyone always puts pressure on the beginning of the year. And they're always like, this year is going to be this and this year is going to be that. Focus on today, because time is going to go by and you're going to be like, wow, I didn't even have fun or enjoy it because I'm so busy, focusing on the future. And when I focus on the present, things happen for me randomly. Like I could be just chilling in the bed and I get a big email for a gig, and I'm like, I was not expecting this today. But when I'm like all frazzled and things don't happen, you just end up stressing. So I would say just live in the present and work. Like just work. Don't focus on what gigs or who you're gonna interview in December. Like just get it done. And don't tell everybody your plans. Don't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, that is so true. You like I don't know why, like I just when it came to the because now I am starting to like, hey, let me start interviewing these people that I'm writing about. So I I've been kind of on hush mode about a lot of stuff when it comes to it. Like I'll sit next to my best friend and she'll probably talk about something not in my head. I'm just like, oh my gosh, you will not believe what just happened.
Yeah.
Um, have you heard of this artist from the UK called C China?
No.
Okay, so she had like this song called
Each.
Last Laugh that like went viral on TikTok, and it was really good, but it is so funny to me. But I wrote an article about her, and she had liked it and stuff like that. And my friend was thinking the song, and I'm just like, hmm.
Ooh, you like, ooh.
And then eventually she just was like, "You're kind of what's wrong? What's wrong?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 no."
You
Because
can't.
I don't want to be. I don't know. It's not that I'm being secretive. It's just I don't know. I always kind of felt like I don't want to tell anybody anything, and it's not set in stone. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not even there yet. And then I just kind of feel like I want to keep it personal because you can't let everybody know what, like, you can't really let everybody know what is going on. Just
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I like my writing so much, and I actually do like what I'm doing so much where I just feel like I don't know, I kind of treat it like it's a baby. So I don't want
Yeah.
anybody to know.
Yes, yes. I keep the same energy. I mean, of course, it's your best friends. Like you could tell them a few things, but I realized it was a lot of things that I was telling, and then it would get canceled or something like that. And I'm like, oh, now I look stupid. So I was just like, and then you never know who. And I hate this whole thing when people talk about animosity, and because if people have animosity towards you, they should not even be in
Nope.
your space. But you never truly know. And like I was just so naive to that when I first started, just putting everybody in my space. Everybody can come to the club with me. Everybody can be with me. You don't know who is bringing your energy down, and who's keeping you away from getting to that next level in life. So you got to kind of be cautious about who you tell things to and who you allow in your personal space. So yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, um, I don't know. I think that's it really. And like I said, live in the present and just be positive. That's my last one. Because when you talk down on yourself, that's just how you're going to feel about yourself. And then everybody else is going to see you that way. So once you start being positive, so many good things are going to happen to you. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for letting,
you.
like, really. I don't I don't say this enough, but I really appreciate you for letting me interview you. Like, this
Ooh.
is my second interview I've ever done with anybody. So, like, thank you. I really
No,
appreciate
no, thanks for having me. I feel like so honored. That's why I'm like, beginning of the year, why not do an interview? And I definitely wanted to update people on like semi shades and everything like that. So I'm so appreciative of allowing me to be on your platform. I'm wishing you the best.
thank
And
you. I'm wishing you the best too.
thank
Like,
you.
I'll say this from this interview alone is just from me hearing you talk. You've done already a lot of pretty big things. And I'll say this, I see you doing even more bigger things where, you never know. You are probably going to be like the female version of Metro Boomin. We don't know.
That's
Don't
what
know.
I'm trying to do. I
But
tell
I
everybody
the
that.
way you were talking, I'm just like, okay. Okay. And
Oh
we need more females out here who are DJing because I kid you not, I haven't met a female DJ before. So you're like the first person like
that's
who
fine.
I can say, yeah, oh, I know a female DJ.
Oh, we know each other. We locked in for real now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But yeah.
thank you. Thank you so
You
much. It means a
too.
lot.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Have a good one.
You too. In Bye. closing, we would like to give a massive thank you to DJ Simmy for once again allowing for me to interview you, as well as for sharing your insights, as well as your remarkable journey too. And we also ask that you guys stay in tune for more work when it comes to DJ Simmy, as we have provided all of her social media accounts in the in the description below for you guys to check out her work. And also to our audience, we want to remind you guys that it's not about where you start, but it is about your passion, as well as perseverance, and as well as drive to your craft for you to succeed. And we want to say a big thank you to our audience as well, and we hope you guys enjoy this video. Once again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you care. And thank you. And let's continue to grow together, discover together, and explore together. Thank you. Bye.